Hi, I'm Todd Winty, and this is Path to Progress for April 17th, 2025. I am in my mobile office getting ready to make the journey into my brick and mortar office, but postponing slightly, partly for this and partly to gear up my strength. It is raining. Here in the Mountain West in Utah in the high desert, it doesn't rain often. And when it does, it frequently rains with a vengeance. This morning we've seen lightning and thunder and heavy rain, and now it's moved to something of a drizzle. And I find myself contemplative. Years ago, I lived for 2 years in England while I served a mission for my church. It was perhaps one of the most glorious times of my life, and it rained nearly every day. I learned the value of the right clothing better there than I had learned anywhere else. One of the first things that I did was buy a good waterproof jacket, and I have never been without one ever since. During that time, I also experienced some of the most difficult experiences of my life. I had times where finances were extremely difficult. We, on a couple of occasions, were evicted from our house with little or no warning. I had experiences with individuals who disliked me so intensely, and everything that I stood for, that I suffered some pretty interesting abuse. And yet at the same time, I had some wonderful, wonderful experiences. People who appreciated me so deeply and so warmly that their impact upon my life has never gone away. It was a magnificent time, an interesting time, and every day that I experience rain, I remember. Oftentimes, as I look back on those days, I realize that while the good days, the lighthearted days, the loving days, provided me with what felt like progress there, where I really made progress was in the difficult days. I didn't necessarily see it during those times because I was so busy in working through them that I didn't realize what I was laying up in store for myself, what strength I was giving myself, what resilience I was learning to develop for myself, and what kind of ability to see beyond the current moment and see to a future I was building for myself. It's not necessarily important where or what the conditions are in your in the life that allow an individual to develop that. But for me, it was done in England. It was done in rainy, chilly, damp weather, interspersed with beautiful moments of sunshine. Difficulty mingled almost 100% every day with beauty and joy. So when I am thinking about this, I thought to myself, I'm going through some tough stuff now. There are some challenges that I am working through. But if the challenges that I worked through then, in perhaps one of the most difficult times of my life, prepared me better for all of the rest of the days of my life, then maybe the same thing is going on now. I'm trying to encourage myself to savor the difficult moments, to savor the challenge, to savor the way that I respond to difficult situations, and to recognize that all of those difficult situations that I go through are moments of opportunity to develop strength and reserves of insight and passion and ability that I may be able to call upon in the future to help me through the next difficult times. That's what I'm thinking about today. And that's part of why I smile when it's raining. I hope this has given you something to think about. I hope it's been useful. If it's been useful, please share it. And please share with me how it is useful for you. And if it wasn't useful, if this wasn't a good one, come back another day. Give me another shot. Let's see if maybe something else that I say, something else that I think about resonates for the two of us together. In the meantime, this has been the Path to Progress. Not Daily 181 anymore. Path to Progress. Daily 180 times 2, maybe? My name is Todd Wente. Nulum Diem. I hope to see you next time.